This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Jackie Krofcheck from the Alpena Area Chamber of Commerce. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, Nancy. It's nice to be back.
Nice to have you back. And when I saw you at the Woman of the Year banquet and I listed all the wonderful things that went on in our community, I mean, it was baffling. And then afterwards, I found out all the things that I forgot. People said, you didn't mention, and I knew that. That's why I apologized in advance. But one of the best things in our community is the Alpena Area Chamber of Commerce. And because you're part of it, that's a very important thing in our community.
Oh, well, thank you. And I really like that you listed everything like that. It's neat to hear it all together. And I was just commenting earlier or last week to somebody that we almost have too many events going on in this town. My calendar for the summer is booked with fundraisers and social events and just all kinds of things,
yes.
Golf outings, and it's really kind of exciting.
It really is, and I think when you put it all together like that, if you just would have kind of added up all those numbers that have been raised in this community, and just in the past year, 5 years would be unbelievable. I mean, isn't that amazing that we live in a wonderful community?
It is that, add up the money raised, but also add up the volunteer hours and add up the
economic
the people
impact
that are involved in things, that attend these things, and it's really incredible.
It is incredible. Mm-hmm. And something that's incredible in our town is our fireworks.
Yes, so the Alpena 4th of July fireworks, it's something that we've been involved in fundraising with for quite a while. And of course, we're doing that again this year. You can see we have the bracelets that we're selling.
Yes.
And that's something that I think there's still a lot of a perception issue maybe with it as far as how the fireworks are funded. So the fireworks are funded completely by donation. There's not one organization that
yes.
Contributes a lot of money, and you might remember when that was the case actually.
Right. Back many years ago, it used to be Lafarge and the city of Alpena. They would split the cost of the fireworks. That doesn't happen anymore, people. We want to let everyone know that. And, if you bring your family down there, why not buy a $5 bracelet? And then you can say, hey, I contributed to these fireworks.
That's right.
And kudos to your Ambassadors Club and to the chamber members who are out selling them all the time. You see them out and about. There's no excuse if you don't have a bracelet, which I do have, but I don't have it on.
I know that you do. And you're right. So it used to be split between a business, Lafarge, and the city of Alpena, and then those things, just the way the economy is, that can't happen anymore. Mm-hmm. And so if every single person that watched our fireworks gave $1 or $2 or bought a bracelet, we would have way more than our goal. We could have an even bigger show. But it's just a real struggle to get people to understand that this isn't something that just happens, that nobody foots that bill, and that it really has to fall on to the people that want the fireworks show to happen.
I don't even personally go to the fireworks because I don't like the crowds, mm-hmm. but I know how important it is to our community. I know that people come from near and far. If you doubt it, drive down State Street, try to find a parking spot anywhere 3 or 4 hours in advance. What a wonderful thing for our community. It brings tourists in, it brings things for families and friends to do, something that's free to do, something that's so enjoyable for every member of the family.
That's right. And so we have different opportunities for people to donate. There are businesses that will have their own fundraiser, which we encourage because
yes.
then our staff and volunteers don't have to do that as well. But we have different fireworks bracelet sales events. They're all on our website if people were interested. It's alpenachamber.com. We have them at the chamber. People can just make general donations. And so that's probably the best way to contribute.
Okay, and because I know how busy your schedule is, I want to mention this now because I don't know if I'm going to get you back again, but the golf tournament, the Flog Fest, the well-attended for many, many years, is not going, this is the last year.
It is. It's kind of bittersweet. It's a little bit sad, but our theory on things is everything has a life cycle. And so this is our 30th year. Golf outings are becoming so popular.
Yes.
Our summers are so busy. We have a very short, nice season. And so it's hard to cram one more thing in people's schedule. So we thought, on our 30th anniversary, that's the final year for it. We're planning some really cool things.
Good.
I'll give you a hint without saying too much, but there's going to be something larger than life there.
Ooh.
Yes, so we're pretty excited about it. It'll be held in August, and we're hoping for a great big celebration.
Well, definitely you will have. And when you think about the Chamber Golf Outing, normally it was a fun networking event for people, meet everyone in the community because it's a business person's golf tournament. Mm-hmm. But there are so many other opportunities through the chamber to still enjoy all of those wonderful events.
That's right, and what we found is that there was so much going on and people wanted to get into the rest of their nice weekend, is that they didn't want that end networking part anymore because they wanted to get on with whatever they had planned for that weekend. And so the networking piece really went away. So we just evaluated it, and it didn't fit into our mission so much anymore. But we do have our Good Morning Alpena events. We've had, our annual dinner is a huge networking event. We just had an open house at our building not too long ago. So we do definitely have a lot of other things that incorporate networking and other value for our members.
And you do a lot of educational classes too.
Yes. We do. We actually have one coming up. We're partnering with the HR Association.
Okay.
It's a active shooter training. So what happened, which is unfortunate that we have to do training on that, but it seems to happen more and more often. But what do you do when a threat comes into your location, into your business? And so we are taking reservations for that event, which is in June.
Okay. Well, my daughter travels for a living, and almost every place she goes to work at a new place, that's part of what they tell her about when she first walks in. Okay, this is this program, we really need to know those things.
We really do. I mean, it's not something we deal with, but if you do have to deal with it, it's nice to know how and what to do. So something that you're also involved with is our Good Morning Alpena program. So we just got done with one, and our next one will actually be our largest one, which is our brown trout kickoff in July.
Then I encourage people to come to those. They're just so much fun. You get in and out the door in an hour and a half, and you get to see everyone in the community, learn wonderful things that are going on in the community, and I always say that committee could solve all the problems in the world.
In just about 10 minutes, too.
Yeah, that's all it would take us.
We're pretty incredible. So, yeah, we have the July one, and then we have 2 more throughout the rest of the year. It'll be the United Way kickoff, and then a final one, which is going to be an economic development update at the end of the year. So those are always well-attended, great events for people to learn a lot of information in a short amount of time.
And we don't have time, obviously, to talk about all the wonderful things that the Chamber does, but Chamber membership is important. That's what gives us the money to do all the wonderful things that we do in our community. And as I said before, your name is well known in Lansing, and you're able to bring a lot of wonderful things back here, you and other committee members and Chamber members. So it's really important that people find out about Chamber membership. It's not this huge amount of money that you're thinking, and so many wonderful benefits are offered. So if someone's interested in a Chamber membership, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, they can stop in, they can call and make an appointment, they can check out our website for our contact information. It's alpenachamber.com, and any of us are more than happy to meet with them.
Okay, thank you so much, Jackie. We're out of time, and I look forward to hearing about the wonderful success of all the wonderful programs you have coming up.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Brad Summers following these messages. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Brad Summers from the Boys and Girls Club. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Nancy.
Well, you are basking and reeling in the wonderful success of your major fundraiser, your dinner auction that you have every year.
Ah, you can breathe.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of time and a lot of resources go into the preparation of a major fundraiser. And this fundraiser is very near and dear to the club because it raises a lot of operational funds for us. And we're always excited, myself and my staff, after the day after. Is always very refreshing because we can, like you said, bask in the glory of knowing that a lot of very good people and a lot of very good businesses have stepped up to help us and to help the kids in our community, and raising the money to sustain vital programming and crucial services that we provide these kids in the community is imperative. So, it's always very nice after the fact to see how well things went, and hear the good stories from people and see it on social media, on how well the event actually went. So, we're very excited, and once I get the final totals, I'm always excited to share those as well.
Well, you've got wonderful support in our community. You know that, and when the board of directors can run an event like this with an almost sellout crowd, all the neat, fun things that you've put in there, having David Usher as an MC.
Yep.
I mean, what a coup for you and your community. And people know how important the Boys and Girls Club is. If anyone out there doesn't, it's crazy, because you just have to get close and you'll know how wonderful it is.
Yeah, it impacts, this fundraiser impacts about 1,600 kids in our community. So it's very, very crucial, that we raise these funds and we have this event. And it's built in the last 3-4 years. It's really building every year.
Yes.
We've had more and more attendance, more and more people, and that's because of word of mouth marketing and brand making for the club, and for just exposure and impact of what we're doing.
Yes.
So many times we try to get out there and put our best foot forward when it comes to being the premier agency for volunteerism for teens and youth, and mentoring services, and all the different wonderful things that we're doing. People are opening their eyes, you know, and really seeing, you know, wow, this is really making an impact, or wow, these kids are learning those leadership abilities and those, you know, so many wonderful qualities to help them, you know, become better citizens, and hopefully take it away if they go away to college, or if they stay here, you know, it helps our community, it helps whatever community they live in. So, you know, just making kids better citizens and more productive people, you know, with the skills and resources to succeed it's our mission. So.
And speaking about your mission, school's almost out, so I know there'll be a lot of things. YVC will be firing up, your summer programming, you're going to have training for staff. Give me an idea what's going on.
Well, we closed down for a week. It's about a week and a half this year, right before the end of school, and it's our time when the staff we get a lot of training. So they get their first aid and CPR training. We do a lot of nonviolent intervention crisis prevention training, trauma training. You know, we partner with a lot of different agencies from the community that come in and provide their expertise to our staff. So whatever we can do to make the staff better at what they do, we're going to do. Like any business, nonprofit or for-profit, your biggest investment is your staff. And if you don't invest in your staff to make them better, then you're not investing in the community and the kids and everything else. So, you know, we've really, you know, over the past 5 years, really making sure that it's a prerequisite to have first aid and CPR training to work at the Boys and Girls Club. And, you know, some of these certifications and trainings are vital, you know, to providing those, even just having the kids or having the staff just feel more comfortable around the kids and how to better suit them. And, you know, some of the training is just having fun, like how to provide fun games in an outdoor setting, or, you know, how to provide more engaging gym activities, or, you know, how to do art projects where the kids actually learn who the artist is, and, you know, try to maybe even mimic some of the fun stuff like the Starry Night. And, you know, so it's a lot of fun. It's a very engaging time, and it's time for us as a team to build our skills together. So, you know, we're not just you know, a bunch of individuals just, you know, there with the kids. We're a team, and, you know, and that's the attitude that we always have, and it's been successful so far. So,
do you have any new summer programming coming up this year?
You know, we do. We have some different elements of some fun things. We have the our Ultimate Journey program. We revamped that. We're going to be doing a lot more field trips, taking the kids more into nature and letting them discover nature. So having a more, you know, a itemized list of things that they can explore or see, or tree identifications, or
touch and feel.
Yes, and invasive species too, which is big. You know, and how to eradicate that, and what we can do to help that, and even just in our rivers alone with some of the milfoil and these kind of things. You know, it's really important that the kids understand how to, you know, alleviate the footprint that we leave on nature, and to make it better for the next generation. And if we can, you know, pass that along to each of the kids, you know, hopefully they'll pass that to those kids and then their kids, and it'll be a generational thing where kids are just learning and taking care and enjoying nature, especially since we live in Alpena. It's so beautiful.
You know, I saw something on Facebook the other day. A mother said, you know, my 11-year-old son, all he wants to do is sit in front of the TV, and or 12-year-old, I think, and play on the computer all summer long. Does anyone have any ideas? And I went, hello, Boys and Girls Club. And it's like, it's just a no-brainer.
We get a lot of parents that call to say, you know, how would you engage, you know, my kid into becoming part of your Youth Volunteer Corps program, or your mentoring program, or anything else that you're doing. You know, and that's the fun part with, you know, part of the training as well with my staff is, you know, teaching the value of giving back, and, you know, being part of a team and being something bigger than yourself.
Right.
And, you know, sometimes kids just, you know, at 11, 12 aren't mature enough to understand that, but then you get, you know, kids that start at that 11, 12-year-old age that are mature enough, and they just become more leaders, and then they start helping and becoming ambassadors for the program and doing just wonderful things.
And then think of Youth of the Year, how that looks on your college application, or your first job application.
Yeah, and that's part of my job. It's one of the perks to my job is being able to give recommendations to these kids to, for colleges or scholarships or anything like like that. So it's
And you know,
important.
Brad, I always like to mention $15 a year for a family, $10 a year for an individual gets you mentoring, fun, and an exciting summer, and a food program. We have about 1 minute left. Food program.
Oh, geez. Yeah, we run a year-round food program. We focus on the school year in the summer. We'll be finishing up here with our summer year, or our school year program shortly. And then during the summer, we provide a lunch and a snack every day, free of charge, to any kid between the ages of 6 and 18 years old. Can walk into our building and they can receive a free hot meal, nutritious free hot meal every single day.
And 356-0214 is the number to call, or they can check out your website for more information.
Absolutely.
We're out of time. Thank you so much, Brad.
Thank you, Nancy.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Nancy Saya, Dean of Students and Director of the Huron Shores Campus.
Good morning.
Well, I know it's a very busy time for you, Nancy, and it is for all of us, so I appreciate you making time.
Thank you so much. It's nice to be here, Don.
Yes, and this is graduation week, and you and your colleagues, all of us are really busy, but I saw something last night down at Huron Shores Campus I found very moving, and it was a student art show. And you're the director of that campus, so why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about it?
Yeah, this is a per semester event at the end of the semester, and we had a beautiful turnout last night. The students were brimming with pride, and of course I was proud too. You know, the artwork was exceptional. I mean, really exceptional. I was blown away at some of the pieces. They were meaningful, and other pieces were so creative. I thought, out of little Huron Shores campus, that has come about, and it's fantastic. You know, we only have 3 art classes there. We have painting, drawing, and computer-generated images. And I mean, they filled the whole main level with even some of the rooms full of artwork. And it was just incredible.
It was.
I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, it was a lovely event. They were there, so they had the experience of creating art and the, you know, kind of the practical learning experience of demonstrating it. And it was obvious there was a lot of pride there.
Well, it was really nice to have you come down. I appreciate that so much, and so do the students. And then also Chairman of the board, John Briggs, and his wife Esther were there. And so to have some illustrious folk, you know, the students really feel proud of that. You know, they feel like, wow, they recognize us, and they know we're here. So that you can't put a price on that.
Well, that is true. Thank you for that. And you know, for many folks may not know that we have a branch campus.
Exactly.
And just speak a little bit to Huron Shores, where it is and who we serve.
Well, we serve the greater Iosco community, I want to say. It's right there off of F41 on Skeel Avenue. It's part of the old Air Force Base. It was the Command Central building, I believe. I think I have the commander's old office, you know, and so that
as it should be.
Well, thank you. We're still using the retro 1970 furniture, I think.
Yeah.
But it has a quaintness about it that I every time I get there, I just love it. I mean, we have totally refurbished the whole campus. I am so proud of the way it looks. The students find it their second home, which is exactly what we try to encourage. We have a wonderful student cafe lounge. It's called the Plaid Hatter, and in keeping with our lumberjack theme.
Got it.
And we have a wonderful student services center, which we can help students with free tutoring, testing, and proofreading, anything they need for their academic success. And of course, we have a couple full-time faculty, but we have a group of fantastic adjunct faculty. And they just bring a flavor all their own. So it's like a family there, and I can't even, I'm not really even describing it to the full extent.
But I know what you're saying. I had the privilege of going down a couple of weeks ago and spending some time there, and then spending some time with the students.
Pizza with the president.
That's right, free pizza, a good turnout.
The students loved it.
Oh man,
you know.
and the piece that struck me was how much they love the campus. And we get used to, in the media, I think, of seeing real high-end places, Harvard, U of M, a lot of technology, a lot of glitz, a lot of expense. Here on Shores campus is not that.
No, it's bare bones.
It's bare bones.
But it's got a, just a eclectic vibe about it.
It does.
I can't say enough about it. And plus we have a great advisory board as well. People made up from the Chamber of Commerce, from the Oscoda High School School Board, community leaders, some of our faculty, full and part-time faculty, and a couple of our student leaders also are on the board. And they, well, you're part of that board as well. They give us the feedback we need so we can keep on growing and moving progressively to what the students are saying we need and what the community is saying we need to be about.
Yes.
So, can't put a price on that as well.
That is very true, and integrating with the community you're serving and finding out what their needs are and what they think we do well and what they wish we could do more of or do better. I mean, that is just fundamental to, tracking in the right direction so you're aligned with that group.
We, we're cultivating, I think, a real robust dual enrollment program down there with the area schools, and I think the people in the area that have taken advantage of our classes and curriculum, they speak so highly about us. In fact, last night at the art show, I was talking to a few students that had passed through, and they liked what they saw so much they want to come back. I said, we've got a new yoga class this fall. We've never had that. So I said, take yoga. It'll be wonderful. And so we just keep moving forward.
That's great. It serves an area that is part of our service district. Really, there's 4 K-12s in Iosco County: Oscoda, Tawas, Whittemore, and Hale. But Alcona is nearby too. So really, there's 5 schools that we serve, and Alcona last year sent us a number of kids who were taking welding down in the basement.
That's right. Our industrial tech program is starting off in grand style. In fact, last night, I think you saw the 3D printer, which was part of that program, making something, something out of composites. I've never seen that before. And that's cutting edge for that area, and for here on Shores campus to have that 3D printer is amazing.
Yeah, it's really neat. And John Scanlon and Phoenix Composites is right down the street, and of course Coletta Air, but Phoenix Composites does a lot of high-end, innovative composites work, and I think part of the vision and your vision for the campus that is spot on is trying to integrate with the workforce and where employment is and what their needs are and how we can converge with that. So, yeah.
The other day I was coming there and I pulled into the parking lot, and here was a student with our full-time industrial tech instructor John Fox, and he was smoothing something, and it was a big thing made out of composite. And he has his own like tree trimming business and whatnot where he goes and cleans up yards. He made a apparatus out of composites that he can put all the debris, the branches, leaves, whatever, so he doesn't ruin his client's lawn. And it skids across the lawn, with all the debris. I just couldn't believe it. I thought that was made right there at Huron Shores campus.
That is very neat. Well, thank you, Nancy. And thank you, folks, for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.